My country people, I greet you now. We don't sit under gidigba put for we ogbonge program with government matter. How every matter for we state, how it they go. Wetin government they do on top una matter. How they say they work to make sure say una life they cool and easy for una. More na no forget say reason why we dey tanda this ogbonge program na to open una eye well onto on the strategy, the policy wey Edo state government under Governor Godwin Obaseki wey dey put for ground for the people wey dey Edo state. For we program today, we get the person we call the Senior Special Assistant to the Ogbonge Governor on top investment promotion, Kelvin Uwaibi. Oga, I greet you.
My people for us, well done.
Welcome. My people, my name never changed. My name is Nimat Shagumon. Oga Kelvin, before we begin the enter within investment promotion be, give us better informate, better story on top why they carry this kind of office standard gidigba put for we state government. Wetin be the things we una they do, the way in both they call and wetin be the vision. Wetin be the mission where this office the project for Edo State government?
Okay. Edo State now place where God bless better. And so for some time, we just they do our things for the state cool. But when this administration gonna come, you gonna see the reason why you need to let people know the better things we do for Edo State. Makes people still come Edo State. Gonna also make sure say the economy of the state they gidigba. And for that reason, now we set up the investment promotion office. The office, the vision, now to make Edo State the best state for investment. Any investor where they come Nigeria or where they come from any other place, he go prefer to come put the money for here first before he go any place for the country. So that make us go set them up. And to do this, we get enough people where they around to act professionally, as they call them for English, to make sure say this investment they can pay.
On top of this one, we don't talk say the office now on top investment promotion. Definitely, like when they always talk, they will talk say land where they way rule no day. It means say wahala don't they be that policy they ground where we say so our government don't put on top economic growth. How we economy want to work out where we say it go climb up, it no go come down. Which policy they on ground to make sure to say this one tanda gidigba?
Okay, upon this as this government come to this administration. We go and work with some international organization too. Go and set up what they call the industrial policy. The policy now to guide how we go to industrialize the states. Again, we get what they call the investment bill, where they work on now. All the experts they work on now to make sure say that bill it come out quick, so that it go show some way we will they do things in terms of how investors will come happy for the state or how it go to treat our people when they come invest. Because part of our own, we did for our people first. So even though you be investor, they come, we go first think of our people. So the bill they show say, okay, if you want to give work, our people go come first, for example. And the necessary things where people need to do to make sure say when investor also come, there is harmony, as they call them for English. Say harmony between the investor and the people we go meet for ground, and make sure say at the end of the day too, everybody feel work together. What do they call synergy?
Okay, thank you. All these ones where they talk, it better. Mommy would think I'm this way. The investment bill, the industrial policy, all these ones now for investors who they expect. Which kind of investors are we talking about? You know, say many things there. We get people who say investors for Gary Day. Investors for sugar day. And I know say all this policy, I'm not sure say now because of people where they sell this Gary and chicken. If not lie, me you just clear them for me now. Which kind of investors?
Okay, all join as they call them. Waiting they happen and be say now all investors now it day for. And really, we even they focus not even for foreign investors. Well, even our people, we be say most Edo people, if you see what they do for places like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, even Kano, you go surprised. And for that reason, we want maybe say there's no place like home. Yes, now one Nigeria. But if you notice now, most all the states, they get this kind of thing where they go on. Everybody they compete, say, come my place, come do something, come my place. Because they know say when you do something, you go provide job, you go provide, people go fit do, get things where they do, they get plenty money. So now we still say, we not go just fit sit down for background as Edo State, they still they look. So that make us say, make we come up and see how we take do them. So yes, as a state, when they come like that, things go they better. That make us they do them.
Now we know many people will be say like you talked before, we be our people for we state here, but their business no they we state here. Waiting be that advantage, we go attract them. Waiting Edo State get to offer them, we go they different from waiting they get for where they dey.
One of the things what we don't they do now for Edo State, now the reformation what we don't they do already for the state, and I will come to that later. But wetin don also happen na be say this place na transport hub. The location for Edo State, na me dem dey call am the heartbeat of the country, Nigeria. Because if you notice am, if you dey for Edo State, from Edo State to Lagos, e no pass 3-4 hours. From Edo State to Port Harcourt, the same thing. Even from Edo State to Abuja, max 6 hours, you don reach there. The local market like Onitsha market, before you know, you don reach Onitsha market in another 3-4 hours from Edo State. So Edo State na center point. But we never really fit take advantage before now of our central location till they do things wey be say people. So the thing I say, we don't look and say, if you can put your business for here, even though you dey manufacture for Edo State, before you know, the local market where e dey, you don't reach there. Now we dey plan already, work don start to dey ongoing for our seaport. We be say Mr. Governor don't bring people to come make sure say they set them up. Now when that one set up, that means say from Edo State, even with 2 hours, you don't reach seaport. Sell your goods, they go there Igbo. So you go find out say if you start to dey do, and Edo State not dey saturated. All those places where you call now, I don't want to talk say because now one Nigeria with dey. But if you look very well, once you don't set up business for Edo State, you go find out say for easy access to market, it go dey for you compared to all those places where don't dey highly saturated. So that make us dey do policy, even our land policy, to make sure say when you come, you no go get problem in that case. Now, for example, before now, which is still dey happen for some other states now, when you want get land, people will just come meet you. They ask you what they call deve. Now, that one, we can set up policy to make sure say that one stop. And for everybody, betterment. Because many people, they will me even know we come up for our state. Because as me there now, you can still call me say I'm a young man. Me, they work, small work, they try to set up my small business or set up my land. The person will come meet me, tell me say he want money. Person will be say me and if we be the same age. That kind of thing, I go very say I don't want to do again. Imagine say 100 people say they don't want to do again. That means you don't lose that money for the state way for come.
And that one we dey talk about, say the people wey dey on top private property protection. We know say na those people come sit down gidigba put on top this deve money, where they call all these omonile, like the local people call them. Your office where dey on top investment, e get any synergy with this PPP office?
Now, the office now, they don't set that office up and they do very good job. Now, what thing they happen now be say, if people come complain, they don't already know that office is very well known, saying that they do everything. But if people still come complain and then peradventure, because everything for government now change, our office they work with everybody. So if they come still meet us, we will still refer them say, or go tell the people say, see waiting we yell and that kind of thing. So yes, there is a synergy in that regard.
More we enter business matter proper. Okay. Una want attract investors, but more no forget say we get local people. People where they here, we be say they do their own business before these foreign investors go enter this place. What will be the strategy where they ground for people to make their business day easy for we state here?
Okay, I go first start from a small technical way that they call them base. Before I go come down. You see, it gets what they call the ease of doing business ranking. When a World Bank they do. One of the major things where business people they talk about na land issue. And it gonna make sure they're gonna do Edo GIS. That's Edo Geographical Information System. Waiting it be now be saying now they captured the different land where they, and at the end of the night they gonna put their hand to the do C of O now. That's certificate of occupancy. The idea now say title document now very big thing for businessman. Because now until they take the carry go, now until they tell your own people who want to do business, we say, now let me get this place. So if you not get that thing first, nobody they believe and say now where you put for location, say you want to do something, now you want to do it. So right now, as a government, they don't reform that particular GIS now as a reform. So now that one now they're going to issue what they call title document. And last time, if you hear a few months ago, Mr. Governor put and say that thing with 50,000, you go look at. And it don't they work. Yeah, so most times, waiting they tell our people for a donor say, if you get this thing, test the system. May you go there. If you say because most times they always hear social media, many things. We don't mature rich now. Say anything where we say we hear, may we go to the office, make we go check. So if we go check and we see things, then we feel on the talk, okay, and we need to work together. We don't feel they complain. We feel need to work together. So my office, for example, if you go GIS now, GIS, no answer you where. That's why we did that too. You will come to say, I hear Mr. Kelvin, I hear say you talk for television last time, say we feel they get your food, but we know they get them. I go say, okay, we go make you go waka. I already follow you waka go the office. Say, wetin happen to this man? See your phone. Now I make you see, I'm say, now I make us the work together like that.
Thank you. My people for house, if to say that now you just look us. Now on top T Live Media we dey. On top we program with government matter. And we get SSC on investment promotion, Kelvin Uwaibi, where we say we dey follow, we say we have many tori about investment promotion matter for we state. We will take this shekele break, we will waka go outside, go drink better water, we will come back. We will come begin the follow Oga Kelvin dey talk. The other matter where we need for Edo State on top investment promotion. My people, we don't Gidigba back on top with Ogbonge program with government matter. If now you just dey enter your house or you dey hear my voice as you dey waka for streets. Now with government matter now we dey talk on top T Live Media. And we dey with the person wey they call the senior special assistant to the Ogbonge governor on top investment promotion matter, Kelvin Uwaibi. Oga, before we waka go drink better water, may we take cool our mind. We don't talk many things where your office they do. The reason why your office stay tanda gidigba. So far, the time where that office don't tanda gidigba for Edo State government. Give us better report sheet on top that one.
Thank you. For us as the investment promotion office, when it starts, first I need to first clarify. Say investment promotion different from investment. We get our older people where they do investment. In case person say okay, in one go invest for the states now, we get our people where we hand over them to do what they call due diligence. So for our own investment promotion office, what we don't do now say first when we come, the first thing we do, we recognize our people now matter first. People they fair they do business because they say charity begins from home. You know if we go they say waiting do they look for Sokoto feed day for your Sokoto. So what we fair do now say we fair call all the business people where they. That's the first thing we fair do. We gonna call them Manufacturer Association of Nigeria, NASIMA, the MSMEs. People that don't they do, we that don't they help our people, they create jobs since. You need to appreciate them. We're going to call them and say, come, since you know, don't they do business for years, see what our plans be. We want to try make we bring more people come. But those people too, if they come, most times, investor won't come any place. They go first go, they ask question. Say, okay, if na get challenge where na fair the face, before they talk about go, they bring more people. Now they say, yes, so they're going to talk of the different challenge where they face. Some of them that day, it was very interesting and quite emotional because some of them talk plenty things. One of the things where they talk about electricity. Say they get problem with electricity. We carry pen, I jot them down. Say electricity. Some say they need money, take they expand their business. They don't get money to take they expand business. They need finance. We say, okay, we jot them down. Some say they need infrastructure. Say the infrastructure, access to road, they need road. We jot them down. Now, what we're going to do now be say, as we're going to jot all these things, we're going to say, okay, which other things are going to need? They're going to talk plenty. But those are the major three things where they tell us, say, be the problem. Then, good enough. Edo State, we in a powerhouse. If you listen to Mr. Governor last time, Edo State alone, they generate about 700 megawatts of power. You know, and Mr. Governor, don't they try to make sure, say, this power, it gives some to people where they do business. So we don't get what they call cluster. So part of that report, God makes us say, maybe we put cluster where we put power, water, access to road. Then I bring about what they call the industrial park now, where you the year, where we want to do. Now, again, when we look the thing of access to road, you go see very recently how Mr. Governor gone charge. He said to say all the road didn't go say I go take do them. It's not very easy because all these things where we talk, maybe we understand say money they involve. And you know, we know how the economy don't be for some time. That's not the truth. But we don't try as much as possible to see say these things they go on. So that's not the first thing we will do. Then the other thing we're going to do, we're going to say, if people want to invest, they're going to need person where they bring in money. How me go take convince person where you want to go invest for other states for the country to come Edo State. Now we're going to say, okay, we go come together, all the people where be say they're involved for the investment matter, from tax people to the strategic planning, everybody come together. We're going to come with what they call incentive, because for federal, they get what they call incentive compendium.
Now there we they go.
Okay.
The people where you want carry come. no vex I match you small. Because as oga dey talk am, he say wan make Edo State Silicon Valley for south. Wetin be the incentive wey dey for all these business owners?
Good. Like I tell you, you see, before you do anything, you must do wetin we dey call the needs assessment, as we both dey call am. We don't talk to most of these business, as I tell you. They don't tell us they are challenged. Don't tell us wetin they want to dey see. So the thing wey they want to dey see, not be now we fit do am, but the process don't start. So for us, wetin we don't do, for example, like we dey very good for agriculture for Edo. So part of wetin government come plan and what they call land bank. So you go find out say for the budget wey Mr. Governor read a few weeks ago, my people wey dey for house, you go find out say he talk about say we want start to do what we call project preparation. Because before you call, it's just like you dey call visitor come your house. Your house, if e scatter, if you come, if you just look, e go comot. Next time you call am, you go say I no dey come again. So for us too now, we need to prepare our house very well, so that when visitor come, when they look, this house fine, oh, okay. By the time before you know, you go start to dey buy your own things, they make sure say they okay. Now what will they try to do for Edo State? Not be say challenge is not there, because the businesses don't tell us say challenge dey, and we as the government recognize them, and not be only wetin government go do. Government need now, because they call them to come do business for Edo State. Now as a government, wetin government don't do now be say the preparation of wetin they go need, like access to road, to places. So for example, these people wey dey do agric now, for example, they will need to reach their farm. So when we don't identify say these people now this place they dey, road go enter that place, so that if we bring those goods come out from their farm products come outside. We don't even go further to say not be only to come outside, but to make sure say even some of them make they do even give them markets where they go fit sell them. That one done they happen already. And now the different team where Mr. Governor set up too, now they hijack for the matter to make sure say we get to that promised land.
You talk about challenges, they talk about access to road and all that. What are the challenges where the business owners for we state they face? And what be the thing where our office don't they do to address all these challenges?
Okay, like I tell you, within our office they really do, we are service provider and our informate now we they give. We get our different people and different places where they implement. Because like the GIS where I talk, for example, now, we know they carry your folk give, for example. But we they make sure say if you get problem, if you go meet them, say I beg how. If you get problem with your permit, coming about the ease of doing if you talk so, if you go talk to, and we get very fantastic people really, where they did this different area. Our own are to make sure say, you know, if you get problem, we now like intermediary between our business people and other agencies where possibly maybe they want to do something, they feel say then maybe they not feel reach them, or they feel say okay something happen where maybe they not feel talk to them. So they make sure say everybody, because the development for Edo State now everybody matter, not be one person matter, and we don't feel the point finger say now you cause am, not be you cause am. It's not good. If you see the way the world they change today, everybody need to come together to make sure say things they better. And now waiting we don't start for Edo State. So there will be challenges, but together, if we move together, we must be able to get that challenge. So we as they like constructive, what they call constructive criticism. So if you feel say, waiting they do not good though, talk am. But talk in a constructive way where person go, not be in a blackmailing propaganda propaganda way where be saying just to talk. Because anything when you talk bad, part of our honor to make sure say, see, Edo State get plenty talented people. In fact, the people when they do propaganda, they are very talented. But maybe they take their talent, they do better thing now. Now we they talk. So that make all of us promote the states. Indian do them. They do them and they get results. So our talent together, forget where anybody did. This is not our state. Make we try, make sure, say, make we tell ourselves, say, this state must better. And we get good enough, we get everybody, even those who they very high, where they get them for mind to say, Edo State must better. So why be say some of us, no one make it do as we're supposed to do them?
As they talk, they go. They talk joint body of the people we deal with state. Who enter that joint body matter? We MDAs from the federal level reach the state level. What's be the joint body where our office gets with MDAs?
Without the MDAs, we not feel work. That's the truth. We not feel work. Because what we do now, be say I will start with the federal. For the kind of things we do so for Edo State, we get what we call the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission for federal level. Their own, any investor wey dey come Nigeria, na that place they dey knock, ask question. So part of what we don't do too, now to join them as an investment promotion office, so that anytime anybody they come, we dey always tell them say we don't ready. So if you get investor for Pamoya, I beg bring them. At those states we ready, you know. So then don't they talk and they don't tell us say see, then all they look I take give anybody investor. Now how you take do better? Now we go take now you investor go take come. So you go find out say most of the 36 states now, everybody they struggle to make sure say their house they arrange them. So that any investor will come, he go say okay, he go look this one. If that person way wants to select wife, he go look this one, he go say now this one I better, now I get this character, now I get that's what we they do one too. So Edo State, good enough, we get a very good governor wey be say in sabi this matter. So in they try as much as possible. And make I just say this now. And I know now I dey tell my people for house. By the grace of God, Edo State wey we dey see now, in the next 5 years, if as we they say they go and with the cooperation of the people, I can tell you say Edo State, the better things where they come this state and the kind people, even from our people self, where they diaspora, they are very interested to see this state because they are. Because
now that one we they talk now.
Good.
Our people wait there outside of those states.
Yes.
They get many opportunities. They get one retreat where we go recently for Live Media. Our project monitoring team. That are the one way EDPA they do on top their housing estates. When they talk about how to attract with people with the outside the country.
When you they look the Emotan Gardens matter, na very good matter for us because as a people, housing a very big thing, and our people with the outside too. Then want say when they come, they see better place stay. So that Emotan Gardens, what you don't they do now? Be say EDPA they handle that particular session, and that we too they help them sell because we na investment promotion office. Now that are one of the synergies what they do with MDAs. Then again, the urban planning and development, that one too, we they follow them. In case person say he wants building permit or they not give them, go still come. And like I said, we get very fantastic people for high top for there, way that they do these things. Then even other departments and agencies, very recently, all of us meet to talk the different problems where our people they face and how we go take work together to make sure say those problems we try to resolve them quick. And I not would lie to you, the commissioners have been very fantastic. The PS, permanent secretaries who did for the places, have also tried to do their best to make sure say they join for this matter. So waiting they get, part of what we don't do now, say we get liaison officers for most of these ministries, where we they call. Waiting we they able to tell them, many people come, if they get problem, let us know. We go say I will take someone because I don't know our own. We don't get anywhere we go now, I don't know how we did. But one problem now where I remember, say people they talk where anytime we go feed where we they hear na taxation. That taxation matter, people go tell you say, oh, they multiply my tax so and everything. But I want to make one clarification for here. The thing I be say tax different from levies and fees. But as a people and with the chairman, because I can tell you say last week I did with the chairman for what we call ERS, that's Board of Internal Revenue for the state, Internal Revenue Service, as they call them. I don't talk. In get technology system now where they want to try set up so that make it be say they don't even set up, they don't almost finish, like you tell me. Say with that system, they know they do double taxation and they want to marry all the MDAs together to make sure say that they so one MDA not going to say, oh, they charge you for business permits. And another MDA will say that they charge you for environmental this. No. So hopefully next year we believe say we now God get power. They go hold that thing out so that make everybody. Already they don't harmonize that thing already for the parks. So you find out say for the motor park before, this one go charge this one go charge this. That one not they happen again. But then they happen up. So now only one fee that they collect. If last time I hear less than 200 or now 500, but I don't too remember now, my people. But now they pay the money so I know the amount. But the thing I be say that one way that they charge different, you know they happen again. So the drivers, the union, everybody and government and the local government, all of them they share one thing. So now that now the kind of thing we want to do, as you tell me, for other areas for tax matter.
Before we sign out, Conte, you say you don't do well, come join us for the studio. For the investors we won't come. the ones wey don dey here wey be say they get one or two questions they wan ask. Na that person dey on top investment promotion for we state. I don dey find am since now. How they want to reach you?
Okay, wetin we dey do now na be say we get our office for now wey e dey inside government house. E dey where they call the economic building. So if you meet us for there for government house. But if you go our website too, or if you contact us for email, which is invest@edostate.gov.ng. They fit reach us for that place. But we still get phone number where they fit reach us, which is 090-7777-2180. 090-7777-2180. If you call, now you will serve our people for Edo. We go pick up your call anytime, and we dey hope say una go call so that make we fit help. Thank you.
My people for house, na here we take drop better cutting put on top all the matter the one we concern Edo State, on top investment promotion matter where we take get Oga Kelvin Uwaibi. As you dey watch us on top T Live Media, no forget say we still dey una social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Wey be say you fit click and they get ogbonge tori, the one wey concern you. All the questions where they do unu for your mind, where you don't know where to face, where you don't know where you go to get the answer from. Make sure say you follow us for T Live Media to get this ogbonge talk. My name never changed. My name is Nimat Shagumo, and I me they sign out to top this ogbonge with government matter program for T Live Media.